If you're new to YouTube and feeling lost, this video is for you. This is for brand new YouTubers, no audience, no fancy setup, just trying to stay consistent and not quit. Yeah. So if that's you, this video is for you. Uh, Something that's discouraging you, well, today I completed my video script structure and yeah, setting up my video as a cookie cutter feels like losing my soul, but it makes weekly productions so much easier. That's kind of how it is, right? You want to be a YouTuber, but if you're taking so much time to do videos, you're probably not going to be a YouTuber. So what I've learned so far is repetitive scripts are necessary for me to be consistent. That's huge. It allows me to learn what works and what I need to improve. So if you got a set script and you go through that script, every time you kind of have kind of a drop off in viewers, the viewers watching your video can see where they quit. So if they quit after 10 seconds, you're obviously not giving them enough of a hook. So you work on the hook. If they fall off after 30 seconds, you didn't get into the points that you wanted to set up for your video. They clicked on your video because something drew them in, they got past the hook, and then they drop off. That's obviously you not getting into the storyline. Well, yeah, that happens to me a lot. So if it's happening to you, you definitely might want to have a script, right? So now, if you're sitting there thinking, is YouTube worth it? You know, you put all this work in and nothing's happening. Um, I can honestly say that, judging by the work alone, no, it's not. It's not worth it. So when you're starting out and you're putting tons of work into it, and you get 3 viewers, you're like, that's not worth it. But none of the big YouTubers said that they got 1 million views on their first video. So it's all about progression. So the thing is, learning to create and develop does make it enjoyable, right? So it's a rewarding hobby. And you got to look at it maybe as a hobby to start with. So you're learning video, you're learning how to do presentations, you're learning how to edit, you're learning how to produce it. So maybe you're not a big time film star or movie producer, but you're kind of learning a lot about entertainment. There's lots of YouTubers out there who explain stuff to you, and so you do learn a lot of things. And if you can kind of look at it as a hobby that you do over time, then I think, yeah, it's worth it because you're getting something out of it that way. Just like that person that makes the train set in their basement, and they spend all the time painting the little trees and putting the cars out there and the people and getting the trains to go through these tunnels. They do it for nobody, and they still have that fulfillment. So maybe you don't understand that as a process, but if you can look at it and go, they get enjoyment out of it. So are you doing YouTube for enjoyment? Then it's probably has some worth there, and you'll continue doing it over the long term, and at some point it'll come back and maybe make you a few dollars. So this week I have created a script template for all my channels. All the channels I'm doing, I've got a script template that is somewhat the same but somewhat situated to help out those channels. So it's kind of a non-productive activity, but it will hopefully increase my future productivity, right? So doing that activity itself was not really great, but I looked at it as it's going to help out my productivity. So it's going to help out my channels. It's going to help out my whole process. Okay. I'm hoping it'll help me identify areas that I need improvement. So I've already said that. Like each one of these things is kind of pieces you need to work on if you want to be a YouTuber. And hopefully I can find out which ones I'm doing. So if I have a set template, for instance, if I got my hook set up properly, then people are going to watch past the first 5 seconds. If I get into my storyline quicker, they're going to watch past 30 seconds. Now, for you people that are still watching at this point, that means that I've delivered on what the title really is, which the title, which I'm assuming I haven't 100% stuck to this, what starting a YouTube actually feels like after the excitement fades. And that's kind of what I'm doing now. Is the excitement's faded, how am I getting myself going forward? That title's a work in progress. So, and so in doing so, um, I hopefully have a product that is gonna improve. Now, it might be the title, might be the thumbnail. Maybe I'm getting YouTube showing my stuff to a bunch of people, but nobody's clicking on it. So my click-through rate, which means my thumbnails and titles need to be worked on. So by having all these things in place, I can now see what people want to, I guess, click on, what people are interested in, what grabs their attention, what keeps them watching. And finally, if I get somebody to watch till the end, what makes them want to click on my next video. My next video, of course, will be my experience with YouTube advice. I don't know if you need to watch a video on that, but I'm going to share it anyway. And don't forget to click subscribe and like so you can see that next video. See you then.